Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamunatira Vanachandin Jamunatira Vanachandin Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallava Girivardhanari Gopijana Vallava Girivardhanari Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamunatira Vanachandin Yamunatira Vanachandin Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 and Jai Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Hastu Terasata Srimad. The Divine Grace ISKCON founder Charya Jagat Guru Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Hastu Terasata Srimad. The Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Guru Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridasa Kura Ki Jai. Prem so Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Shyama Kund Radha Kunda Giri Garodhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Ganges Mai Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premananda. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru Shri Gauranga.
Hare Krishna, it's our great fortune to have amongst us His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodar Swami Maharaj. Hare. How many of you are hearing Maharaj for the first time? Raise your hand. Oh, so many devotees. Good. So, brief introduction of Maharaj. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodar Swami is from West Africa. He is the first sannyasi disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami. He is known for his years of dedicated services to ISKCON. He has been teaching the principles of devotional service the way he received from His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami and Srila Prabhupada. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodar Swami was born on 8th June 1957. He studied electrical engineering. He moved into the temple in 1982. Maharaj from a very young age has been very spiritually minded and he studied the Bible intensely with the sole aim of understanding God and His entire creations. The concepts of reincarnation and karma were very central issues in his inquiries. Maharaj got his first initiation in 1985 and his second initiation in 1986 by His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. And after 20 years of practicing and serving the movement in different capacities, he was initiated a sannyasi cardinal on the 25th of March 2005 at Mayapur, India by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami on behalf of his Gurudev, His Divine Grace Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, who left this world 3 months before. On the 6th of February 2011, he took the Guru oath before His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada at the HareKrishna temple, Ilupeju, Lagos. His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Damodar Swami is the first African sannyasi and Guru, spiritual master of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness ISKCON. So, there have been many devotees in Africa, but when Prabhupada also first time was visiting Africa, most of them were sitting Indians only. So, Prabhupada said, no, I want Africans. So, Maharaj is the one who not only became a devotee as well as a brahmachari and he became sannyasi and he is the first Guru from Africa. Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj was born and brought up in America, but Maharaj is fulfilling the need of ISKCON being international society. So he is the first sannyasi Guru from Africa. Maharaj has also served as a GBC of West Africa for about 5 years. Currently Maharaj teaches courses like Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vaibhav regularly in Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education VIH and Mayapur Institute of Higher Education MIH, along with facilitating various seminars on practical aspect of the Krishna conscious philosophy like community building, self-sufficiency, etc. For this Bhakti Shastri courses only, he has been invited here by our His Grace Samarpan Goprabhu. Maharaj will be giving from tomorrow onwards. So we are having his association. He is also on the MIH panel of facilitators to facilitate ISKCON Disciples Course, IDC. After sannyas, he has been preaching extensively in different countries outside West Africa, to name a few as USA, Mauritius, India, Brazil, and currently has opened a new ISKCON frontier in an island country, Seychelles. This is not Sri Shaila, Seychelles. SEYCHELLES. Apart from this, Maharaj is developing a vibrant Krishna conscious farm community in Ghana, Africa, inspiring and empowering devotees to be self-sufficient. So when Maharaj, I heard that when he was joining as a brahmachari, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj told him, Maharaj was a very famous guitarist, that's what we heard, and he had road shows and many people were fans of him, but Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj told him, if you have to be brahmachari, you have to give up this guitar. And Maharaj at once gave up the guitar, never touched the guitar at all in his whole life. Sometimes I do touch guitar when we see it here and there, though we don't even know how to play one chord of it. But Maharaj, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja, he is the example. He is a very ardent follower of his spiritual master. Also once Maharaj, Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj told him that if you have to chant very attentively, you should stand up, walk and chant. So from that time onwards, for more than, as I know, 30 years, maybe 35 years, Maharaj has been chanting several rounds walking only. More than maybe 30, he chants several rounds. So some 30 or so or plus rounds he chants walking only. So it's a very great inspiration for all of us. If you want, you can see also, last time when he came, Ekadashi time, I saw him several rounds, more than 30-40 rounds, he was walking and chanting. We with the thought only will give up the idea of standing up and walking. We will feel that better I sleep and continue chanting, sleeping only. But Maharaj is very, very sincere follower, especially of his spiritual master, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. It's our great fortune to get an opportunity to hear from him. So let us welcome Maharaj to our temple by once loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodar Swami Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayamudirayet Nashtaprayesha badreshu Nityam bhagavatu sevayam Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistigi Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshul Militam Jena Tashmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dalati Swapadakam Vandiham Sri Gurun Sri Yuttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaguna Lalita Sri ISKCONNVCC Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Nakanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prisavana Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakal Pataru Vyascha Kripa Sundivya Evacha Patitanam Pavinivyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gnatara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 17. Mother Parvati curses Chitra Ketu. Text number 6. Chitra Ketu Vacha Esa Loka Guru Shakshad Dharamam Bhakta Sharirinam Aste Mukhya Sabhayam Vai Mituni Bhuya Bhajaya Chitra Keturuvacha Esa Loka Guru Shakshad Dharamam Bhakta Saririnam Aste Mukhya Sabhayam Vai Mituni Bhuya Bharyaya Chitra Keturuvacha Esa Loka Guru Shakshad Dharamam Bhakta Saririnam Aste Mukhya Sabhayam Vai Mituni Bhuya Bharyaya
Chitraketuruvacha Esha Loka Guru Sakshad Dharmam Vakta Sharirinam Aste Mukhya Sabhayam Vai Mithuni Bhuya Bharyaya
Chitraketuruvacha Ase Mukhya Sabhayaya Vai Mutini Bhuya Bharyaya
Chitraketuruvacha Esha Loka Guru Sakshad
Esa Loka Guru Shakshad
Dharmam Bhakta Sharirinam
Dharamam Bhakta Saririnam
Aste Mukhya Sabhayam Vai
Aste Mukhya Sabhayam Vai
Mituni Bhuya Bharyaya
Mituni Bhuya Bharyaya Dharamam Bhakta Saririnam Aste Mukhya Sabhayam Mituni Bhuya Bharyaya Mataji Chitraketuruvacha Esa Loka Guru Shakshad Dharamam Bhakta Saririnam Chitraketuruvacha King Chitraketu said, Esa this Loka Guru, the spiritual master of the people who follow Vedic instructions, Sakshat, directly, Dharamam of religion, Bhakta, the speaker, Sariranam, for all living entities who have accepted material bodies as the seats, Mukhya, the chief, Sabhayam, in assembly. Why, indeed, Mituni Bhuya, embracing Bharyaya with his wife. Translation: Chitraketu said, Lord Shiva, the spiritual master of the general populace, is the base of all living entities who have accepted material bodies. He enunciated the system of religion. Yet, how wonderful it is that he is embracing his wife, Parvati, in the midst of an assembly of great saintly persons. Text 7. Jatadara Tivratapa Brahmavadi Sabhapati Anki Kritya Sriyam Chaste Gata Hi Prakrito Yata. Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Lord Shiva, whose hair is matted on his head, has certainly undergone great austerities and penances. Indeed, he is a president in the assembly of strict followers of Vedic principles. Nonetheless, he is seated with his wife on his lap in the midst of saintly persons, and is embracing her as if he were a shameless, ordinary human being. Purport. Chitraketu appreciated the exalted position of Lord Shiva, and therefore he remarked at how wonderful it was that Lord Shiva was acting like an ordinary human being. He appreciated Lord Shiva's position, but when he saw Lord Shiva sitting in the midst of saintly persons and acting like a shameless, ordinary man, he was astonished. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura remarks that although Chitraketu criticized Lord Shiva, he did not offend Lord Shiva like Daksha. Daksha considered Lord Shiva insignificant, but Chitraketu expressed his wonder at Lord Shiva's being situated in that way. That is the end of Srila Prabhupada's purport to text 7 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 17, entitled Mother Parvati Curses Chitraketu. Hare Krishna. Chitraketu said, Lord Shiva, the spiritual master of the general populace, is the base of all living entities who have accepted material bodies. He enunciated the system of religion. Yet, how wonderful it is that he is embracing his wife, Parvati, in the midst of an assembly of great saintly persons. Lord Shiva, whose hair is matted on his head, has certainly undergone great austerities and penances. Indeed, he is a president in the assembly of strict followers of Vedic principles. Nonetheless, he is seated with his wife on his lap in the midst of saintly persons, and he is embracing her as if he were a shameless, ordinary human being. Lord Shiva is not an ordinary person. He is not a jiva. He is Lord Vishnu's glance, which is Vishnu himself. He is not a conditioned soul, and he cannot be conditioned. He didn't become Lord Shiva because of the austerity and penances he performed. That is his position eternally. He's Mahadeva. So he is a combined form of Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, and demigod together. So he has an exalted position, worshipable by all, including Lord Brahma, who is the grandfather of the living entities. He has an exalted position, which is just little bit less than Vishnu, because Lord Shiva is Vishnu, has direct connection with Maya, Parvati, or Durga. Therefore, he's less, just little less. Lord Vishnu has no direct connection with Maya. They don't have direct connection. Vishnu that has direct connection with Maya is Lord Shiva. So, he is the father of all living entities, and mentioned here, he is the spiritual master of the people in general. As a spiritual master, a leader, he has the responsibility to teach by his example. So there are certain things which are expected from a leader, and certain things are not expected from a leader. That a responsible person should behave properly is expected. He shouldn't behave like an ordinary person. Or if you see a grown-up person passing water here, everybody will be disturbed. What is this? A child can do that and nobody will see it, because it's a child. A grown-up person will be seen by all, and to become meditation for many people. Why did he do that? So Lord Shiva is an exalted personality who established the principle of religion. He's not an ordinary person. He has an exalted position, that a service which Lord Vishnu does not want to do, he won't give it to Brahma, he can only give it to Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva is next to him. That is his position. So Chitraketu was surprised. After knowing his position, he knows the position of Lord Shiva, that is not an ordinary person. He's a guru for the whole world. Since Durga is a mother of all living entities, Lord Shiva, the husband, is the father of all living entities. So he was surprised to see that in assembly, can you imagine, in this room, a guru is sitting here and a woman is sitting on his lap. And not only that, they are kissing. Kissing means what? It's a breaking of regulative principles. Not even sitting there. That they are kissing is a breaking of principles. So if it is Lord Brahma, Chitraketu will not be surprised. But for Shiva, of all people, you are teaching and everybody hears you. An acharya his activities should be exemplary. It's expected that certain things a leader should not do. either in the private or in the public. And here, Chitraketu saw Lord Shiva in assembly of all, on the asan, not even outside. On the asan, you sit on the asan. Asan means he's going to speak. And people are sitting there to hear him. Who will hear somebody sitting on the asan with his wife on his lap? Who's going to hear that lecture? What is he going to speak that I will listen to? We will not see the lecture or hear the lecture going to speak. You will only see the woman sitting on his lap. At least for conditioned soul. This is what we will see. So Chitraketu was very surprised. He himself is a devotee. So he knows the exalted position of Lord Shiva. And he has a lot of expectation from Lord Shiva. So seeing him like this, he was surprised. He was surprised. What is happening? What is happening? Has Lord Shiva fallen down from his position? Is an ordinary person that can be attracted to the sense gratification? Lord Shiva is not under the influence of his senses, even though he is a Bhutanat. He is not Bhuta, he is Bhutanat. He associates with the Bhutas to give them solace. Not that he is among them. He associates with low-class people to give association. And he is the controller of the mode of ignorance. He is a controller, not the ignorance control him. He controls ignorance. So he cannot act less than what the scripture prescribed. He cannot act less than that. So it's a surprise for Chitraketu. So he mentioned here, indeed, he is the president in the assembly of strict followers of Vedic principles. A strict follower. He's a leader who teaches a strict principle, and he followed it strictly. He cannot be controlled by his senses. Nonetheless, he is seated with his wife on his lap in the midst of saintly persons and is embracing her as if he were a shameless, low-class person who does not have principle. So it's a surprise for Chitraketu to see this. So he failed. In other words, Chitraketu failed bad. He failed bad that Lord Shiva is misbehaving in the public. There are some things to understand here. What is that? Although Lord Shiva is sitting in the public with his wife on his lap and kissing, he is an Ishwara. He is an Ishwara. His activity, the activities of Ishwara should not be looked into, because Ishwaras are not within the jurisdiction of our own control. He's an Ishwara. He has full independence to do as he likes, because his activities are not under the control of ignorance. Therefore, if one on a lower mode of nature criticize an Ishwara, you have a problem. It is dangerous to criticize Ishwara, to insult an Ishwara, to blaspheme Ishwara, very, very dangerous and risky. You will see that happened to Chitaketu. He had a problem, he fell down. Because Lord Shiva is an Ishwara. He cannot do anything wrong. The other side is that because an Ishwara, people are going to look at him just like many people are smoking because they feel, yeah, Lord Shiva smokes, so I can smoke. So he's giving a bad impression. That was Chitraketu's concern, that he gave him bad impression, which should not be there. It should not be that he should give bad impression to the people, because common people will not understand that he's an Ishwara. Therefore, they will point a hand to him. They're going to say, but Lord Shiva did that, and I am his follower. So what is wrong if I do the same thing? So Ishwara should also be very careful with what he did, what he does. But if it does happen, like it has happened, that he's sitting with his wife in the public, it is not a mistake. It's not a mistake that he behaved like this. It is deliberate. He did it consciously, not to agitate others. It is not to agitate others. But actually, Lord Shiva did this to test where we are in our Krishna consciousness. What is our position? When we have challenge, what will happen to our faith when there is a challenge in our Krishna consciousness? What will happen to our faith? Many people are losing their faith in Krishna consciousness because they have seen so many wrong things. So their faith is going down. It is true that a leader should behave perfectly, properly. But if we see the leader does not behave properly, that does not qualify anyone to give up our Krishna consciousness, because we are individuals. We are individuals, and we are individually responsible for whatever we do. Nobody will answer anyone's activities. We are going to individually answer the activities we have performed. Therefore, Lord Shiva is teaching us we should become very strong in our Krishna consciousness, that whatever happens, our faith in Krishna will never change. Our faith will remain the same. In fact, how do we know where we are in our Krishna consciousness? How will we know where we are in our Krishna consciousness? When Lord Shiva is not cursing his wife in the public? How are we going to be tested to know where are we in our Krishna consciousness? Well, Lord Shiva is not kissing his wife in the public? No. It is when Lord Shiva is kissing his wife in the public, that is when we will be tested. Where are we in our Krishna consciousness? What is our faith? One cannot make advancement at peaceful time. Advancement cannot be possible when everything is going very easily. Easy life and Krishna consciousness goes ill together. They are not friends. A soldier who is practicing under the trench and the soldier who is practicing in the war front, they are not the same. The one who is hiding there and practicing, just also a brahmachari who is practicing in an ashram, secluded ashram, is a lazy brahmachari. Lazy brahmachari. When you go to the field, what will you do? You have no experience. Brahmachari who is practicing in the front, in the war front, is facing the challenge directly, is a brahmachari. So the Prabhupada said, A brahmachari, a perfect brahmachari is one who is not restless, not in the secluded place. He's not restless in the presence of a woman. He's not restless. He's steady. That's a brahmachari. He's steady. Bhagavatam did not tell us that one is qualified to go to Godhead who is 100% just peaceful. Bhagavatam didn't say that. Bhagavatam said one is qualified to go back to Godhead when he is steady in both the peace and hot. Both sides. He is peaceful in the middle. He is eligible for liberation. Eligibility for liberation. Is one who is in the front, is facing the battle squarely, and he survives it. He is qualified to go back to Godhead. So, Lord Shiva is teaching. He has tested the faith of all the central person. He didn't do this in the middle of his hobgoblins that he's associating with. Lord Shiva didn't do that there. He did it in assembly of sages. He is purposely doing that because he's an acharya. He has the duty to teach. He's teaching the students and he's seeing the reactions. One day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took his exalted disciples with him. Sabhabhoma Bhattacharya, Ramananda Rai, other disciples. He took them to meet Rupa Goswami. In the assembly of all his disciples, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started glorifying Rupa Goswami. He was glorifying so much Rupa Goswami. As he was doing that, he was looking at the faces of the disciples. What are they thinking? How are they feeling? He's talking on and on and on about Rupa Goswami, wonderful qualities. He's looking at the devotee's eyes. Are you envious of Rupa Goswami? Or you are happy? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did that. He tested the devotees, disciples. One who is happy, the devotee is making advancement, is a devotee. One who is not happy, the devotee is making advancement, not a devotee. It's an ordinary person. Even in the assembly of devotees, it's an ordinary person. Ordinary person. We have so many ordinary people in our movement. Ordinary people. There are many. Lord Shiva is a measuring rod to check those who are ordinary and those who are devotees. He's a measuring rod. He's checking that. He look at all the saintly persons and he's testing their exalted position. What are you in their Krishna consciousness? Looking at what he's doing. He was never agitated. Like ordinary person kissing a woman, you'll be agitated. Your body will rise for enjoyment. Lord Shiva's body did not rise. He was the same person. So his duty is to make devotees like himself, who are qualified like himself. So he has to test everybody. He is testing the saintly persons. Why he didn't do it with the low class, the goblins, pisachas? Why he didn't do it there? Why is he doing it all with the sages? That is where his duty is. You want to test them. And those who are not able to handle that, they all fell down. But those who maintain, who actually saw that, yes, even though Lord Shiva did this in a public, his position and Lord Shiva is not not change the same. They got promotion in their Krishna consciousness. But those who felt, oh, how can he do this? They all fell down. So we should understand the activities of Ishvara is different from ordinary person activity. And Lord Shiva cannot teach less than this. So he gave the lesson. So we should learn from Ishwaras and not misunderstand them or criticize them or become deluded. Oh, why has this happened? And Krishna does not make mistake. Krishna doesn't make mistake. Why he allowed Lord Shiva to do that in the public? Even if you think Lord Shiva is bewildered, what about Krishna? Krishna is bewildered. Why did he allow Lord Shiva to do that in public? Because he knows he has to do his duty by teaching us how we should be in our Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Comments? Questions?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, in our life, whenever we try to commit something wrong, that time we are not able to feel the presence of a spiritual master also. And always we hear that a spiritual master is always seeing us.
Yes.
So, how to keep ourselves safe even in that situation when we are not able to relate with that spiritual master is seeing us, and how to understand that every moment we are in the observance of Guru?
That requires a certain level of advancement in Krishna consciousness. We have to raise our standard to a certain level. To be in a platform that will always remain conscious of the spiritual master and Krishna in our lives. We need to raise our standard to that level. It is not just philosophy. We have to move to that stage. And to move to that stage, we have to look very carefully into our daily sadhana. The foundation of our Krishna consciousness, sadhana. If our sadhana is very weak, we're going to have a weak consciousness and we will perceive things from that level. If our sadhana is very strong, we're going to be empowered. That is the benefit of a strong sadhana. It brings empowerment. That the empowerment will raise us to the platform we can always remain high above the lower modes. Strong sadhana is required. We should put effort into our sadhana because that is what we need to go to where we want to go. No alternative. Sadhana. Strong sadhana. Strict one is required to be able to see the spiritual master always. And that is what should happen. That we should always see the spiritual master always present. Always present. He's always present. So, we should raise our standard to at least the second platform. It's Madhya. It's safe to be on the Madhyan platform. Not Kanista. Kanista position is very, very risky, very dangerous. we should always try to leave that platform. Let us leave it. We should go to the next one. Madiam is safe. From there we can go to town platform. We should leave Kanista. The Kanista position, we are repeating, very dangerous, very, very risky. We can make offense to anyone, anybody at any time. That is Kanista. Because we don't know who is who. So it's not a safe stage to be in our Krishna consciousness. We are repeating, we should take our sadhana very, very seriously. Very seriously. That's what will help us. So we can be able to see the spiritual master always. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said, if I don't see my spiritual master always, every moment, then I will become my guru. If I don't see him always, so I will take his position. I will become the guru. At best, our mind will become the guru. And that's a very dangerous position. So we should always see him present. He is always here and he's seeing me. Everywhere he's seeing me. He's seeing me. This should be the consciousness. He's seeing what I'm doing. Please accept my respectful obeisances. I have weakness of lust. I am easily attracted to the material beauty of the opposite sex. I am also very easily disturbed by sweet words of opposite sex. How can I overcome this tendency? Thank you for a beautiful question. Your question is universal. So first of all, we shouldn't be surprised. We shouldn't be surprised that lust is tormenting us. We shouldn't be surprised. Why we shouldn't be surprised? Because it's something we talk about many times, but most of us doesn't understand what is lust. And that is a problem. We don't understand something. How can we deal with it? How can we deal with something we don't understand? So many times I do this exercise in my teaching. What is lust? And I ask the student, very difficult to get answer from. Every time I do this, I ask this question, what is lust? It's a common word which everybody uses, and we read it, we heard it, we sing it, we say it many times. But what is actually lust? And I'm asking devotees. It's very difficult to get correct answer from devotees. So that is one problem, that we don't even know what is lust. So we cannot even find a solution to it. So please, don't be surprised that lust is tormenting every conditioned soul. Why? Because lust is opposite of pure love of Godhead. And all living entities, we have pure love for Krishna. So the opposite of that is lust. Then you can call it many names, selfish desires, or desire for so many things, but it is the opposite of pure love of Godhead. And because all living entities will have love for Krishna, so you don't be surprised that all living entities will have lust. Where condition is the matter, we have lust. So first of all, you should understand it. It is opposite of pure love of Godhead. So Prabhupada gave an example. When the water is coming from the sky is pure, when it touches the earth, then it becomes dirty. Right? That's when it becomes contaminated. So when our pure love for Krishna becomes Eh? Our desire for gratification, that is lost. So now, how do we do that? We have to transform it. Transformation. So if we want to transform our lust into pure love, original pure love, which is our original nature, there are things you have to do. First thing we should do, please let us give up selfishness. Selfishness. We should have a space for other living entities in our life. If we don't do this, you can never control lust. You can have seminar on it, but you will never control it. Just like you can glorify a food, you can even appreciate the texture of the food. If you don't eat it, your hunger will remain until you eat it. Selfishness. We're too dry. We're very, very dry. Very, very dry in our so-called Krishna consciousness. Very dry. Because we don't have a space for others in our lives. That is selfishness. So loss will increase. Second thing, we should give up gossiping. Gossiping makes one spiritually dry. When one is spiritually dry, it means what? Loss will increase. Like if you have a flat tire, that is gossip. Gossip makes us become flat in our Christian consciousness. So loss will increase. We're tormenting us. You can chant 64 rounds. But the more you chant, the more loss will increase. Because we're doing the opposite. Those who love people, who care for people, their loss is less. Their loss is less because they are giving up selfishness. They care for people. We are too impersonal. More than people we call them personalists. This is my experience with HareKrishna devotees. Impersonalism is more in our consciousness than the people we call impersonalists. You don't greet each other except you need something from each other. How will you control lust? Our relationship is not from the heart, it's superficial. So we're dry in a society which is full of love, which is full of bhakti. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakura said, bhakti is like a river of nectar flowing. But we are still dry because we deny ourselves from this nectar which is flowing. Because we are too selfish, we are too much into ourselves than being brothers and sisters keepers. How do we treat each other? Cordially? Our relationship with each other, is it cordial? Is it sweet? Our relationship with each other. How will you control lust? When we are doing the opposite. We have to do something practical. Philosophy is there to help us do the real thing so we can become successful in what we want to do. But we remain only on the philosophy without practice. That is risky. You mentioned that a disciple's real test is after the guru is no more physically present. Yes? A disciple doesn't know how long the spiritual master is going to be on this planet. Don't worry about that. Don't project when is he going to leave. When is he going to leave? Don't project that negativity towards him. Don't offer that to the spiritual master. Just do your part. Just do your part. Don't worry about how long you're going to stay. That is not your business. Krishna knows when he's going to stay. And our devotional activities will make him to stay or to leave earlier. If our activities is devotional, we can prolong his stay. And if our activities are demonic, we will shorten his stay. Why? Krishna will think, why should I leave my devotee there for these nonsense people to be torturing? Let me take him away. Leave them to remain there in their darkness. Krishna does that. He did to many of our acharyas. My spiritual master did the same thing. He took him away before the time. Even Prabhupada did the same thing. Bhakti did the same thing. When they're not satisfied with the activities of disciples, they just, what am I doing with these people? Let me just go. Leave them here to suffer. Because if you don't sufficiently suffer, we're not going to have realization to give a sinful life. What is the disciple supposed to do to establish a connection when the spiritual master is present? Be conscious of the spiritual master. You always think the spiritual master is here for me. Like if you have something which you value, if you have something that you value, how do you do with it? Do you keep it carelessly? Is somebody to take it away from you? No. You keep it very, very secure. Because you value it. You know the benefit. Want to preserve it. Want to keep it in such a way that nobody will take it away from you. The same attitude you show to the special master. If you value him, if you appreciate him, if you know what he's doing, the space he occupies in our own lives, then you should behave properly. If you behave properly, we took a vow, we should keep to the vows we took. There are so many deceitful disciples, so many deceitful disciples. So many deceitful disciples. The spiritual master did not call you. You, on your own soul will you went to him to ask for shelter. Is it wrong if he accepts? Is it the wrong thing? If you have gone to approach him on your own, he didn't call for you. You went to him on your own and you asked him to give you shelter. If he accepts to give you shelter, is it an offense? I'm asking. So why do we punish him? For accepting. When we know very well, a disciple knows very well in his heart that I'm not ready to keep the four regressive principles. And he has gone to the Guru, and the Guru asks you, how many principles are you going to keep? He said, I'm going to keep 4. What are they? No illicit, no gambling, no intoxication, no flesh eating. And after that, you are doing it. Is that straightforwardness? Is that sincerity? The duplicity. That duplicity, that is very, very dangerous life. Many disciples are like that. Deceitful. Duplicitous. Lord Shiva will expose us by kissing his wife in the public as, what is this? How can Guru do like this? No, he's not good again. He will go and he will continue with his life and go back to Godhead. Did Lord Shiva fall down? Did he fall down from doing this? Who fell down? Those who did not understand him, they fell down, they have problems. No, not Shiva. He has no problem. But we have problems because we don't have a better understanding about his position. So we will have problems. Therefore, it is very risky, we are repeating, very risky for neophyte devotees to be very close with advanced devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. So we are very grateful to His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodar Swami Maharaj for his wonderful class. I hope you all heard very nicely. Some of the points I noted down because Maharaj's class was very loaded. I felt what Maharaj will be signing. Will be signing for the book. We have kept the book. So Maharaj said that one cannot make advancement in Krishna consciousness in peaceful times. And a brahmachari is not one who is not restless in seclusion but in front of a woman or in front of the opposite sex. A warrior is not a warrior who is fighting is not equal to a one who is practicing soldier. When he is fighting, then the best of him comes out. So one should be facing the Maya's attacks, in a sense should go out and preach. Lord Shiva's duty is to make many devotees like himself, Dhiras, sober persons, and he is testing all those who are in the audience, all of us. So weak sadhana leads to weak consciousness. A Kanishtadhikari platform is very risky. One should at the earliest move on to the Madhyamadhikari stage. If His Holiness or His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said that if I do not see my spiritual master at every moment in my life, then I will become a guru. That means what? Otherwise I am acting as his servant. But if I don't see, when I am seeing him, I am acting as his servant on his behalf. But if I don't see him, then I will only become guru. That means bossing around everywhere. So that should not happen, and he was able to see his guru at every moment. And to overcome lust, Maharaj, when asked the question, he said, give up selfish desires, otherwise we cannot overcome lust. So one has to become he should be caring. Those who care for others, they will not feel that much lusty. So we all should preach, and we should care for the people, bring them close to Krishna. Then we will easily overcome our lust. And then he said also that example he gave, that when we are hungry, we may glorify the food, we may appreciate the smell and other things, but if you don't eat, no way. So similarly, unless we care for others, we won't be. He gave the example of flat tire also, gossiping. One should not do gossiping, otherwise lust will increase. One should speak Krishna Katha, tell others, Jare dekho tare kaho, Krishna Upadesh. So those who care for others, their lust will reduce, it will be very less. So we are very grateful for Maharaj's wonderful class. We are very happy to have him and hear him. So let us express our gratitude to him by once loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Maharaj will be here offering us his wonderful association on 5th of February, that is Monday. He will be giving Srimad Bhagavatam class in Shri Radha Kunjabihari temple in the camp area. On 6th February, again here, Tuesday morning, Srimad Bhagavatam class. 8th of February, that is Thursday, he will give Srimad Bhagavatam class at BCEC, Vishal Nagar, our center over there. And Maharaj has written a very wonderful book, Spiritual Connection. And this is Understanding the Dynamics of Guru-Disciple Relationship. So it's a very wonderful book. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj says, I recommend that every serious practitioner of Bhakti must acquire and absorb the teachings of this book. Then Kadam Kanan Swami Maharaj says, Bhakti Dhira Damodar Swami has covered a very important topic from many angles. Then two of the very senior disciples of His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, they give their comment. Srivas Prabhu writes, it is a book one would love to read and reread again and again. And another disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, Her Grace Brajalila Devi Mataji writes, in Spiritual Connection, the author humbly, lovingly and brilliantly shares with us eternal truths of Guru-disciple relationship. So this is a very nice book. I was thinking of reading some of the titles also. You can see later on also, like Surrender, Why a Living Guru, then the Mercy Factor, Guru's Order, Why Chastisement, if Guru chastises, how it is good, it is his love towards his disciples. So it's a very wonderful book in English as well as it is translated in Marathi also. जिनको हिंदी में चाहिए या जिनको मराठी में चाहिए त्यांना मराठीमध्ये पाहिजे, मराठीमध्ये सुद्धा हा ग्रंथ उपलब्ध आहे. आध्यात्मिक संबंध, गुरु शिष्य प्रेरणास्पद नात्याचा अर्थबोध. So that book is translated in English, in Marathi also. Those who want, Maharaj will be here only, he is here only, and he will be giving sign also. In both the languages, it is available for 150 rupees. In English 150 and Marathi also 150 rupees. Today afternoon, in the morning, Bhagavata class will be given at 11:30 by His Grace Jagannath Sud Prabhu.